Welcome to the final day of the Mission Prep Christmas Classic, hosted by Mission College Prep in downtown San Luis Obispo, down on Palm Street, across the street from Mission San Luis Obispo. This is Brian Stanley joining you for the final day of broadcasting on PSNtv. We're going to do a marathon run for you with PA announcer Jared Alley bringing you the starting lineups for today's matchups, that is. And today's matchups will kick off with Otay Ranch facing off against Capital Christian. And then we follow that up with Bishop Montgomery battling Mission Hills. And then Oakland Tech at 4 p.m. facing Bullard. At 5:30, your Mission Prep Royals face San Marcos Royals. And in our championship game tonight, Woodinville out of Woodinville, Washington battles Clovis North for the title for the 2023 Mission Prep Christmas Classic. But let's get to our first matchup. The Otay Ranch Mustangs versus the Capital Christian Cougars here at the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. This is game 16 of this contest. We appreciate you being with us. And let's go to Jared Alley, our public address announcer.
Hello fans and welcome to the final day of the 2023 Mission Prep Christmas Classic at Coeds Court. Game 16 will feature the Capital Christian Cougars and the Otay Ranch Mustangs. Your attention fans, the Mission Prep Christmas Classic promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation and support the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or intimidating actions directed at players, coaches, officials, or other spectators will not be tolerated. Help us create the best environment in high school basketball. Enjoy today's game. It's that time, fans. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Capital Christian Cougars. At forward, a sophomore, number 25, Miles Wiggins. At guard, a sophomore, number 0, Frederick Blue. At guard, a junior, number 1, Chadwick Johnson. At guard, a junior, number 24, Jalen Valdez. And at guard, a senior, number 3, C.J. Willenborg. The assistant coaches are Eric Nakagawa, John Florence, and Tom Adabamarco. The head coach of the Cougars is Michael Lorente. And now the starting lineup for the Otay Ranch Mustangs. At forward, a senior, number 10, Adam De La Cruz. At center, a senior, number 22, Dion Harvey. At guard, a junior, number 2, Matt Taleb. At guard, a senior, number 3, Percy Whitaker. And at guard, a senior, number 4, Fabian Ressler. The assistant coach is Francisco Madrid, and the head coach of the Mustangs is David Kulowicz.
Thank you, Jared, for the starting lineups for the first contest on the final day of the Mission Prep Christmas Classic, as both squads meet at the center circle for the starting tip here to kick off the final day of the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. I'm Brian Stanley joining you for today's broadcast on PSNtv. presented by Movement for Life Physical Therapy. Center circle is Wiggins and Harvey. Possession to Capital Christian wearing their road blacks with blue trim. And Higgins with the layup. First on the board, the Cougars. De La Cruz into the corner. Taylob up top now to Wrestler. Drives in the paint. Straightaway shot no good from about 6 feet out. Rebound to Capital Christian and straight away to Wiggins on the give by Valdez. Quick 4-0 run here in the first minute for the Cougars of Capital Christian out of Sacramento, California. And a jump shot inside the arc. Good. For Harvey. Capital Christian moving the ball around. Wiggins. To Johnson, left wing, bounce pass inside to Wiggins. Wiggins loses it, Johnson trying to recover. Bodies hit the floor and comes up with a possession to Otay Ranch. And to the rim, tying it up is CJ Willenborg. And Wiggins underneath. And correction, that was Percy Whitaker with the bucket for Otay Ranch. Foul called on Adam De La Cruz. Wiggins makes the basket, gets the and one. Bends their knees, flicks the wrists. Misses the shot, wearing the socks he won in the dunk contest last night as the runner-up. Wrestler passing inside to Harvey. Down low, the shot no good for Taylob. Rebound to Capital Christian. Valdez driving in, kicks it over. Jump shot in the paint, good for CJ Willenberg. And the lead back up to 4 for Capital Christian. 8-4 is the score. Cam will work a little slow, catching up with you. Crossover dribble stop by Capital Christian on De La Cruz, forces the pass out. And the shot off the glass, no good for Dion Harvey. Going the other way with Capital Christian into the corner. Three-pointer, left side, no good. Going the other way with Otay Ranch to the rim. Laying it off the glass is Wrestler. De La Cruz receiving his second foul, second team foul. And he's going to take a breather. Coach needs him for later. Dylan Yates comes in his replacement. Capital Christian with the ball, passing it into the high court. Johnson pulls up, left elbow. That jump shot good for Chadwick Johnson. And the lead back to 4 again. 10-6 is our score, 4:35 on the game clock. We're in the opening quarter. Johnson trying to knock the ball away from Wrestler. Wrestler to Harvey. Harvey to Whitaker. Whitaker, a deep three-pointer from downtown. And Percy Whitaker with 5 points for the Mustangs. An air ball put up by Johnson. And Whitaker going to the line. I mean, he was at the line to shoot when before he was fouled. He was fouled before he was in the act of shooting. Let me clarify that. But he was at the free throw line trying to take the shot.
Good screens here. Good screens here, White.
Johnson called for the foul. We're getting a clarification from the officials. Foul was on Whitaker from Chadwick Johnson. Johnson wearing number 1 for Capital Christian, who's in black today. Otay Ranch wearing white with black and blue trim. Up and over the backboard, out of bounds off of the Mustangs. Capital Christian ball. (10-9) our score. Capital Christian maintaining the lead throughout this first quarter. Valdez over to Willenberg, and Willenberg to the rim, laying it in with the finger roll. Nice layup for a 3-point lead for Capital Christian. Otay Ranch pulls up 3-pointer. Wrestler bouncing around, drops in. Wrestler wrestles that one up for 3 points and ties the score up at 12. Blue pushes it out, Frederick Blue. Willenberg through the hands of Johnson to Valdez, back to Blue. Moving the ball around, Willenberg to the rim, finding the bucket again. 6 points for Willenberg, leading scorer. Tied up with Wiggins for Capital Christian, 6 points apiece. 14-12 is our score. 2:33 on the clock. We're in the opening quarter. I'm Brian Stanley, joining you on PSN TV, live from the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. Otay Ranch moving the ball around well. Percy Whitaker, deep 3-pointer. Shot rims in and out, no good. Rebound to Capital Christian. Pass forward to Valdez. And off of the foot of Otay Ranch, it's going to be Capital Christian's ball. 2:14 on the clock at the whistle. Valdez inbounding baseline, right side to Willenberg. Beyond the arc, up top to Blue. Frederick Blue passes over to Valdez. His shot off target for the 3-pointer. Rebound to Otay Ranch. Storm Basham with the ball. Jump shot, right elbow, no good. Rebounded. Correction, that was Wrestler with the ball. Or sorry, Frank with the ball there. I'm getting my names and number mixed up between these two squads, but we'll jump on board. Willenberg, Capital Christian. Driving in, kicking it over, called for the travel on his way to the rim is CJ Willenberg. On the court for Otay Ranch. As the substitution comes in, Adam De La Cruz checks in for Dion Harvey. So we got De La Cruz, Yates, Talab, Manuel Frank, and Percy Whitaker for Otay Ranch. Talab to Frank. Getting a screen from De La Cruz. Back to De La Cruz. Shot off the side of the iron. into the hands of Capital Christian. Coming up with it is Marcellus Jackson. Blue. And the inside pass to Valdez. Valdez working his way to the rim, sends up the shot, no good. Tying up with De La Cruz, wrestles the basketball away, and we have a whistle on the court. Dylan Yates called for the third team foul, first personal. Jalen Valdez, the junior, shooting 2. Dion Harvey checking in for Adam De La Cruz. Frederick Blue is checked out. There's Arcuro checks in. Arcuro checks in. For Capital Christian, still with possession inside to Frederick Johnson, Marcellus Jackson. And Marcellus Jackson with the deuce, 17-12 our score, 3:34 seconds on the clock. And Percy Whitaker with the three-pointer, 8 points for Whitaker. 3-point lead for Capital Christian. Valdez, hot pass into the corner off of the fingertips of Kamara. Mohamed Kamara couldn't maintain that hot pass. And we coming up 15 seconds now in the first quarter remaining. Percy Whitaker to Harvey, back to Whitaker, deep three-pointer, trying to find the range. And off of the top of the backboard. Does not go over, dropping back in. The shot of a lifetime right there. The basket counts, we're tied up. Whitaker with 11. And we are tied at 17 apiece, heading into the second quarter. We'll be right back.
California is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium Boar's Head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Back under action here in the second quarter. Otay Ranch opening the quarter with possession. Whitaker passes inside to Harvey. Harvey spins at the low block. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Jalen Valdez. Across the timeline. Valdez to Jackson. To Arcuro. Back to Valdez, driving baseline. Inside, Wiggins. Shot no good, rebounded by CJ Willenberg. Or excuse me, Percy Whitaker. Getting my threes mixed up with uniforms. Otay Ranch moving the ball around. Manuel Frank. To Whitaker. Driving from the right wing, inside, collecting a foul, going to the line to shoot 2 is Percy Whitaker. Foul on Jalen Valdez. And that shot for Percy Whitaker gives the Otay Ranch Mustangs the lead. And both shots made by Whitaker. Ball knocked loose. Valdez comes up with it. Keeping possession for Capital Christian. Inside pass to Jackson. And drops the bucket in. Contact made. He's going to the line for the and one. Marcellus Jackson with 4. Looking for 5. And Emmanuel Frankie with the foul. Fabian Wrestler back in the game for Frankie. Marcellus Jackson completes the extra point. The lead back to Capital Christian, 20-19. A 1-point deficit for Otay Ranch in this opening contest at the Mission Prep Christmas Classic on the final day. Whitaker kicks it out to Wrestler, brings it back up top. 9 on the shot clock. Infraction called on Wrestler. First personal, second team foul. Adam De La Cruz checking in for Dylan Yates. Jalen Valdez passes across to Wiggins. Into the hands of Jackson. They move it across the top. Inside to Wiggins. Into the corner into Valdez. Left out, right elbow puts it up. No good. Fighting for the rebound. And Miles Wiggins called for the foul on the rebound. Second team foul of the quarter for Capital Christian. Jump shot no good for Otay. Harvey collects the foul out the line to shoot too. Storm Basham. Completing the first of 2 to the trip, to the charity strike. Two for 2 is Basham. Whitaker driving across, kicks it to the right side to De La Cruz, and contact made while in the act of shooting by Jalen Valdez. And they're going to give it to Chadwick Johnson, who was in the vicinity as well. .5:28 on the clock. Our score 22-20 after De La Cruz makes the first. Missing the second, he will get a third one, as he was fouled in the act of shooting a 3-pointer. That one rims out. 1 for 3 at the strike for De La Cruz. Jalen Valdez left side, guarded by De La Cruz. 3-pointer pulled up, no good for Johnson. Rebounded by Whitaker. Otay Ranch trying to get the lead back. Through the hands of Harvey to De La Cruz. To the left side, Wrestler. Working back up to the wing, up top between the circles to De La Cruz. At the free throw line, puts up the jumper. And De La Cruz ties this game up at 22 apiece. 4:40 on the clock. We're in the second quarter. Jump shot no good for Marcellus Jackson. Saved by Capital Christian on the rebound. Valdez spins inside, puts up the jumper, and it falls in for the bucket. Jalen Valdez with 3 points in the contest, 2-point lead for Capital Christian, 24-22, 4:11 on the clock. Jump shot missed for De La Cruz, and the fast-paced offense of Capital Christian taking shape as Marcellus Jackson scores the bucket, forcing Otay Ranch to take the timeout with 4:01 left in the second quarter.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Coming out of the Otay Ranch timeout. Our score is 26-22. Capital Christian leads this one. The floor crew here at Cowitz Court has been tremendous all tournament long. Whitaker bringing the ball across the timeline for Otay Ranch. Passes to his left to Wrestler. High pass to his right to Taylob. To Cruz, Taylob back to Whitaker. Jump shot from the right elbow. And Percy Whitaker with 14 leading all scorers in this contest. Baseline drive for Valdez. The ball sails up and over the rim. No contact. Back to Otay Ranch on the possession. 3:16 on the clock, second quarter. Otay Ranch missed shot. Rebound to Wiggins. Wiggins goes coast to coast. Laying it in, Miles Wiggins from the left side. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul issued to Percy Whitaker. Checking in is Monty Gonzalez for Jalen Valdez. And the missed shot for Wiggins. And Capital Christian taking the timeout. Coach Lorente wanted to talk it over with his squad real quick. We'll be right back.
Meet the Hyundai Ioniq 6, 100% electric with an incredible 360-mile range on a single charge. Right now, get up to $10,000 with no dealer markups at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, electrifying your journey exclusively at Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Coming out of the Capital Christian timeout here on PSNtv, I'm Brian Stanley, live from Coates Court. Final day of the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. Our score 28-24, Capital Christian leading the Otay Ranch Mustangs with 2:51 left on the clock until halftime. Our championship matchup tonight is going to feature Woodinville facing off against Clovis North. And a turnover back to Otay Ranch. And a three-pointer for Percy Whitaker. Whitaker now with 17. Whitaker missing the shot.
He cannot hold his arm like that. Ref, you got
And right to the rim, no good for Frederick Blue. And the other way with Otay Ranch. And taking it to the rim, Manuel Frankie. Manuel Frankie called for the charge, 15 foul. Next defensive foul against Otay Ranch. They will send Capital Christian a line to shoot two in the quarter. 1:50 on the clock. We're approaching halftime. Wiggins in the corner. Up top to Willenberg. Three-pointer sent sailing. Can't get it to drop. And Miles Wiggins called for the foul. 14th foul.
Rebound.
1:15 on the clock. De La Cruz passes inside. And Dion Harvey fouled on his way to the rim. CJ Willenberg called for the foul. And Dion Harvey goes to the line to shoot two.
I just saw 28 up, though. Yeah, let's go three. Let's go three.
And De La Cruz making one of two. Excuse me, Harvey making one of two. 28 up. Coach Kulowicz wanted to make sure the score is right in the official book and on the scoreboard because this is a tight one and he wants to take home the W today. Pass inside, knocked away by Otay Ranch. Whitaker passes forward, the shot is blocked. And slowing things down is Capital Christian. Frederick Blue. $20 seconds now. 3 seconds separate the big and little clock. 10 on the shot clock. 5, 3. And a shot clock violation with 2.6 seconds remaining. The ball goes back to Otay Ranch. We'll see the Hail Mary shot delivered here. The question is, which Mustang will deliver the shot? And the shot comes by way of Fabian Wrestler off target. And we go to the locker room tied up 28-28. And it's a tied affair here on game 1 of day 4 at the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. I'm Brian Stanley. Stay tuned. Second half action coming up soon. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friends, tell your families, jump on board, because we got a battle here between Otay Ranch and Capital Christian.
Pulled pork sliders, hot dogs. I don't even say the price. Pulled pork hot dogs, they're like $5. How much for those sliders? Pulled pork sliders, hot dogs, and nachos. You don't even have to say the price to me. Sometimes people are like, oh no, it's under $5. Yeah. All right. All right, thanks.
Getting underway here in the third quarter, game 16 on day 4 of the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. We're winding things down tonight to the championship game featuring Woodinville and Clovis North. Appreciate you joining us tonight or this afternoon for this matchup. Second half action, we're tied 28-28 between the Otay Mustangs and the Capital Christian Cougars. Leading scorer in this contest is Percy Whitaker from Otay Ranch with 17 of the 28. And the shot blocked against Miles Wiggins. And De La Cruz going the other way with a whistle as he hits the floor. No foul, out of bounds, Otay Ranch ball. Wrestler, bounce pass to Harvey. Harvey pushing inside the lane and pushing back on Dion Harvey for the bucket. And that's our first points. De La Cruz up top. Whitaker now with the possession, left side. Guarded by Valdez. Takes the jump shot on the right, no good for Whitaker. Going back the other way with Capital Christian. Finger roll, no good for Willenborg. And Otay Ranch with the lead here in the third quarter. 30-28 after being tied at the break 28 all. Tied after the first quarter 17 all. Two evenly matched squads trying to get an edge on one another. Whitaker to the rim, laying it in from the left side. The bucket counts. He'll go to the line to shoot the and one. The foul on CJ Willenberg, his first team foul of the quarter. Percy Whitaker at the line to shoot two. Or to shoot one after making two. 20 for Whitaker. And going the other way, Jackson looking for the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Marcellus Jackson with 7. Otay Ranch leading 33-28, a 5-0 run here in the quarter. And Marcellus Jackson breaking that up now with 8 points, tied for the leading scorer for the Cougars, along with Miles Wiggins. Second shot, no good, rebounded by Wiggins. And his shot, no good. And we have a whistle underneath. And pushing foul called on Marcellus Jackson. His second team foul. Otay Ranch ball. They lead by 4, 33-29, 5:58 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. Mission Prep Christmas Classic, and Brian Stanley joining you live from Cowett's Court. And the shot inside the key, good for Dion Harvey. Harvey with 7, giving the Mustangs a 6-point lead. And to the rim, CJ Willenberg. The lead back to 4 for the Mustangs. Shot no good for Wrestler. Ball turned over. De La Cruz goes to the rim for the Mustangs. No good. Back to Capital Christian. And pulling up for a three-pointer. Cougars missing. It's Willenberg. And possession on the offensive board by Johnson. Keeping it with Capital Christian. Slowing things down on the fresh shot clock. Wiggins drives in. Left wing. Bounce pass to Valdez. Reverse layup. Valdez with 5 tonight. 35-33, the lead cut to 2. Capital Christian, the Cougars clawing back into this one, not allowing the Mustangs to run away with it. Three-pointer by way of Matt Taylob. And the lead going back to 5. 38-33. Mustangs trying to find their stride. The Cougars trying to slow them down. No good from the corner for Chadwick. That'd be Chadwick Johnson bringing the ball across the center stripe for the Mustangs. Percy Whitaker inside to Harvey. Harvey back out to De La Cruz, right wing. Bounce pass inside to De La Cruz on the baseline, pushing in on Jackson and finds the rim. And Dion Harvey with 9 points. The lead grows to 7, 40-33. And quickly answering back, Marcellus Jackson with 11 now after that three-pointer. The lead chopped to 4. Every time the Mustangs start to run, the Cougars dig in and fight back. And Adam De La Cruz gets the bucket. Fouled in the act of shooting by Marcellus Jackson of Capital Christian. His second, third team foul. And De La Cruz at the line to shoot the and one. Mohamed Kamara checks in for Wiggins. De La Cruz at the line, bends around the knees, flicks the wrist, takes the bucket. 10 points for, 6 points for De La Cruz. Rebound to Willenberg on the missed shot. Driving baseline with the whistle. And we have a whistle and a foul called against Adam De La Cruz, his third. Second team foul. Wiggins checks in for Jackson for Capital Christian. Moving the ball around Valdez. Willenberg drives in from the left side of the key, drops the bucket. And CJ Willenberg with 10 now. He'll go to the line for the and one. Percy Whitaker, his second, third team foul. And CJ Willenberg flicks the wrist and shoots the bucket. Collects 11 points in total so far tonight. And the lead at 4 as we take a Otay Ranch timeout, 43-39 with 2:38 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Meet the Hyundai Ioniq 6, 100% electric with an incredible 360-mile range on a single charge. Right now, get up to $10,000 with no dealer markups at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, electrifying your journey exclusively at Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Back under action in the third quarter, 2:26 on the clock. Otay Ranch with possession, leading 43-39. And the corner shot for Percy Whitaker. And 23 for Whitaker now. The lead grows to 7. Approaching 2 minutes in the third quarter. Shot up and over the basket. The whistle. And the push called against Wiggins. Third personal, fourth team foul. .159 on the clock. Our score 46-39. Possession back to Otay Ranch. Whitaker moving the ball well. Up. Back up to Whitaker. Frankie to Whitaker. Back to Frankie. Inside to De La Cruz. And the pass was tipped. Clearly tipped by Johnson. I think everybody on this side of the court heard that tip. Officials correct the call. And to the rim, no good for Wrestler. And Wiggins answers back to close the gap to 5. Otay Ranch still in the lead in this contest here in the third quarter. They trailed most of the first half, tying it up a few times, but never able to gain the lead. Corner shot, De La Cruz. Good for 3 points. And De La Cruz extends the lead to the biggest it's been tonight for Otay Ranch. 8 points, 49-41, with 42 seconds remaining in the quarter. And foul called against C.J. Willenberg, his third, 5th team foul. Turnover, possession to Otay Ranch. Under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jump shot, left elbow, no good. Second chance points, rebounded by Wiggins for Capital Christian. Right elbow, shot up. Can't get the right English on that one to spin through. And Valdez's shot no good. Time expires. Shot no good. And we go to the fourth quarter. Otay Ranch takes the lead, 49-41. We'll be right back.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
After 3 quarters of play, our score is Otay Ranch taking the lead, 49, Capital Christian 41. Leading all scorers tonight is Percy Whitaker, 23 points. Followed in scoring for the Mustangs, Adam De La Cruz with 9, Dion Harvey with 9, Fabian Wrestler with 5, and Matt Talob with 3. Starting the possession of the 4th quarter is Capital Christian, and Jalen Valdez breaks the lid off the bucket with that 2 points over the last couple minutes for Capital Christian. Turnover by Wiggins, going the other way for Capital Christian with the steal, and underneath, contact made, no call. Rebound to the Otay Ranch Mustangs, with Frankie collecting the ball. He's fouled. CJ Willenberg called for the foul. Harvey with the bucket, 11 points for Harvey. And Jalen Valdez scoring points. CJ Willenberg with 4 fouls in this contest now. He's in foul trouble. De La Cruz sends a floater to the rim from the left side, no good. And the pass forward from Valdez to Johnson, back to Valdez. And Jalen Valdez looks to be single-handedly trying to get the Cougars back into this one. Frankie called for his 3rd personal. And Jalen Valdez missing the and 1. The lead is 4 for Otay Ranch, 51-47, 6:30 on the clock. We're in the final quarter of the first game of day 4 on Mission Prep Christmas Classic. And the jump shot, 3-pointer for De La Cruz, who gets to 12, breaking double digits tonight. Lead back to 7. With a timeout taken by head coach Michael Lorente of Capital Christian. And we'll be right back.
Meet the Hyundai Ioniq 6, 100% electric, with an incredible 360-mile range on a single charge. Right now, get up to $10,000 with no dealer markups at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, electrifying your journey exclusively at Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter. 6:11 on the clock. Otay Ranch leading 54-47 in this contest on day 4, kicking things off.
Hey, we're talking three, just regular three.
Inbound Frederick Blue. Back to Willenberg inside to Johnson. Johnson puts it up, gets it to drop, collects the foul, goes to the line for the extra point. Foul handed out to Dion Harvey.
Hey, box out. Box.
Third personal, second team foul. And Chadwick Johnson making the and one, total of 5 points now for Johnson. Up top to Whitaker. Switching with Frankie. And off of the fingertips of Otay Ranch. Otay Ranch. Got a little lazy in my pronunciation. 54-50 is our score. Jackson inside, tries to get it out. Does get the shot off, but does not get it to drop, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Dion Harvey called for his 4th, so we could see him possibly come to the bench. And Marcellus Jackson dropping the first, coming to the bench is Manuel Frankie and Dion Harvey. Harvey goes to the bench with 11. Second one no good for Jackson. Jump ball call is going to be Otay Ranch's ball. Next possession will go to Capital Christian, 54-51. The lead's been cut to 3. The lead as much as 8 in this contest for Otay Ranch. Wrestler driving in from the left, kicked it out from the right, kicks it out to the left. And the jump shot for 3 points, good for Matt Taylob with the deep lob for 3 points. 57-51, our score, 6-point lead. Johnson, Chadwick Johnson's 3-pointer off target, rebounded by Fabian Wrestler. And a tie-up between two bodies results in a turnover to Capital Christian. And a shot underneath, good for Jalen Valdez. Valdez trying to get his team back into this one before time expires. 57-53 is the score. Pass inside. Turned over to Otay Ranch. Whitaker, De La Cruz, Wrestler, his shot off target. Rebounded by Capital Christian, 4:11 on the clock. We're in the fourth quarter, 57-53 the score. And a whistle not going in favor of Otay Ranch, not making Coach Kulawach very happy. And a foul called on Matt Taylob.
Hey, that's a little
His first foul, fourth team foul. And Marcellus Jackson fouled in the act of shooting, so he's at the line to shoot 2. This quarter, he is 1 for 3 now. 53-57. Otay Ranch leading. And Jackson going 2 for 4 in this quarter at the free throw line. Otay Ranch leads by 3. The Mustangs up 57-54 in the fourth quarter. Wrestler guarded closely by Johnson. Crossing over with Whitaker. Whitaker stays on his feet, pulls up for a three-pointer. Right wing, no good. Rebound taken by Frederick Blue to Valdez to Willenberg. Baseline layup, Willenberg. The lead now 1 for the Mustangs. 3:23 on the clock. Wrestler's shot, no good from beyond the arc on the right side. Valdez grabs the board to the rim. Side of the board, no good. And we have a whistle. Chadwick Johnson called for the hold. Checking in, Dion Harvey. Checking out, Dylan Yates. Appreciate you being with us for Mission Prep Christmas Classic 2023. De La Cruz takes the inbounds. Offense slowing down for the Mustangs. Harvey pivots, dribbles, fouled. And Frederick Blue picks up the foul. Third team foul of the quarter. De La Cruz sends up a three-pointer and gets the drop after the lucky bounce, bringing the Mustangs to their feet. A full timeout taken by Otay Ranch. We'll be right back to join them. Welcome back to the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. Our score, Otay Ranch 60, Capital Christian 56, a 4-point lead for the Mustangs wearing their home whites with navy blue and gray trim. Capital Christian wearing their road blacks with blue trim. Moving the ball around, Johnson pulls up, three-pointer wide open, no good, rebounded by Wiggins. Wiggins, second chance points from the left block. Wiggins with 12 in this contest. Lead to 2:23 on the clock. 60-58. Otay Ranch leads. Otay Ranch leads. De La Cruz wide open. No good off the side of the rim. Coming up short for the three-pointer. 60-58, Otay Ranch. Under 2 minutes to go in this contest. Valdez goes to the rim, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Second chance points, the bucket drops for Jalen Valdez. Going to the line for the and one as he ties it up at 60 apiece.
His hands can't be any more vertical than they are, dude.
And Dion Harvey with his fifth and final foul going to the bench. Valdez at the line for one shot, trying to give Capital Christian the lead back. And Valdez does just that, giving Capital Christian the lead with 1:44 remaining. 61-60, our score. Mustangs with the ball coming out of the timeout called by Capital Christian. Whitaker passing across and then hands it to De La Cruz down low. Off the window, nice shot for by Dylan Yates. 62-61, Otay Ranch back on top. Wiggins inside, shot no good. And possession as the ball goes out of bounds to Otay Ranch. 62-61. De La Cruz to Yates. To Wrestler. To Yates. Right elbow. Right wing to Wrestler. Wrestler to Yates underneath. And the bucket drops for Yates, firing up his teammates. He's going to the line for the and one. Yates with a quick 4 points. Frederick Blue collects his second as Yates goes to the line for two. The lead, 64-61, Otay Ranch. Otay Ranch trying to close this one out. Capital Christian trying to claw their way back in. And missing, still 3-point lead for Otay Ranch. And the foul called against Matt Talob, his second personal. And that sends Valdez to the line for two as Otay Ranch has 5 team fouls. And Jalen Valdez now sets at 17, making the first free throw, 64-62. Otay Ranch up. Bends the knees, flicks the wrist. Second one does not count. 2-point lead remains for Otay Ranch. And a timeout taken, 30 seconds, by head coach David Kulowicz of Otay Ranch. He needs to talk this one over with 45 seconds. When we return, there'll be 31 on the shot clock.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Welcome back to the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. We're on the final day. Game 1 of 5 today. We have had a nail-biter of a close classic here. 64-62. Capital Christian facing off against the Otay Mustangs, who lead 64-62. Pass down the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Capital Christian. Possession maintains with the Mustangs. 37.1 seconds remain. 23 on the shot clock for the Mustangs. And the ball off the hands of Matt Taylob. It's going to be Cougars ball. Shot clock is docked 34.9. They basically got a shot clock to work with as they dribble it in with the roll across the court. Driving in, Valdez puts up the shot, ties it up at 64 apiece as Valdez collects 19 tonight. And a timeout taken, a full timeout by David Kulowicz, head coach of Otay Ranch. We're tied 64 apiece. 13.5 seconds. I need to learn how to read my decimals. Plenty of dignitaries in the house today, including Aiden Dolan, an alumni of Mission College Prep, playing football and basketball here on campus. Last night we had a number of esteemed alumni, including the likes of J.J. Howard and R.J. Esmond, along with Taco in the house. For the slam dunk contest. And I gotta say, that was an impressive slam dunk contest last night if you were here to enjoy it. If you weren't, go check the replay after today's activities, because that's up on the network, ready for your viewing party pleasures. Right before the Christmas holiday, we got plenty of activity for you to enjoy. Looking for the inbounds, Otay Ranch. Yates to Whitaker, and Whitaker slipping out of bounds with 7.8 seconds. And that slip could be the slipping away from the Otay Ranch Mustangs. Right there, that could be the slipping away of this game. 64-64, our score, 7.8 seconds remaining. Coming up next in the Mission Prep Christmas Classic, Mission Hills versus Bishop Montgomery. Two story programs associated with the Christmas Classic, the Grizzlies and the Knights. You want to stick around for that one. We're calling all play-by-play today. I'm going to burn my voice out, or at least try doing it. So we're ready to go here. What better way to go horse than at a basketball game, right? Well, At a football game would be better, but that's just my preference. I think Jared Alley would pick a baseball game. Oh, hockey for sure, yes. Well, you're listening to the one-sided conversation that happens in my press box. Thank you for joining us. Hour and 5 seconds, we're under action, moving quickly. Wiggins, excuse me, Willenberg, the shot no good. And Wiggins delivers at the buzzer. If the shot counts, do they say it counts? They say it counts. And Wiggins with the buzzer beater. Miles Wiggins deflates the sails of the Otay Ranch Mustangs at the buzzer. It slips away. Wiggins with 14 tonight. Quick recap of scoring for you fans here tonight. The win goes to Capital Christian 66-64. Leading the scoring for Capital Christian is going to be Jalen Valdez, followed by Valdez with 19, that is, followed by Miles Wiggins, 14. Marcellus Jackson with 13. CJ Willenberg with 13. Chadwick Johnson with 5. And Storm Basham with 2. All unofficial scores, but that's what I have tonight. On the other side of the ball, Otay Ranch Mustangs, scoring-wise, led in scoring by Percy Whitaker, 23 points, adding in 15, Adam De La Cruz, 11, Dion Harvey, Dylan Yates with 4, Matt Taylor with 6, and Fabian Ressler with 5 for 64. That is our final score. 66-64, the first game of the day goes to Capital Christian over Otay Ranch. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have